Yeah. So hi guys. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Um, yeah, it's a public holiday in South Africa. Yeah. If you are here, please just greet us, say hi, tell us the country that you are from. Yeah, we'll begin shortly. Yeah. So guys, please. Yeah. I wanna see who's online, and for some reason, some names are not displayed here. Hi all from Debs in South Africa. And yeah, I'm quite keen to see who that is. It's Kev, yeah, Fenemo. Hi, Kev. And yeah, I'm also like seeing someone that says hi all. And yeah, I'm not sure um, why LinkedIn is not showing that. But yeah, anyways, so guys, what I'll do is let me just like share my screen in the meantime. Yeah, so whoever that is joining us, I just want you guys to answer this question, which I will share, quickly. Hi. I'm seeing Aya Kamzimkulu, all the way from Cape Town in South Africa. Cool, man. Yeah, great to see you. Yeah, great to connect, guys. Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's been a great year. We started, this like in the last like probably 3 months or so, on LinkedIn especially. Yeah. So yeah, so far we've seen like great interest from designers all over Africa joining us. So it's been like really great. Um, yeah, let me just share this in the meantime. So yeah, please guys, if you're joining us, just let us know who you are, where you're from, etc. And yeah, so in the meantime, right? So I said, like, I want us to co-create the future of version of Xprnc Design. There's a lot that I'm gonna, share with you guys, in terms of what we've been doing, and so that people understand, what we've been up to, and then yeah, after that, what I'll do is like I will share, um, the stuff that we've planned, for 2023. And yeah, obviously, things will change over time. And yeah, I mean, like we will refine, the strategy, refine our approach, test some concepts, and see which concepts work, etc. Yeah, so I know some people are probably driving, and yeah. So, anyways, let me yeah. So I want us to reflect. I know some people they will probably join us later, or they will catch up with the recording of this live stream. But that's fine. That's what happens most of the times. And yeah, so if you're here, I want you to reflect, tell us what worked, what didn't work for you, and what would you like to see happening, next year. And yeah, so this is like for those who've been exposed, to what we've been doing. And also, I mean, if you don't know much, that's also fine. You can always just tell us, what your thoughts are, etc. So yeah, cool. Let me actually see. Maybe I can invite Ayaka and also a Kath. Let me drop the invite via LinkedIn, so at least I can have like few people that I can talk to. Since you guys are here, I think it would be great, like just for us to to engage. So yeah, let me see if I can. So what I'll do is like I will drop the link, to this stream via this event, and then you guys can just click on it, open it, and I will let you in. So yeah, I've shared it. Maybe I think it's, yeah, it's probably like live now. Just check it. Just check the link. It's a Restream link on LinkedIn, and yeah, please come and join. And I'm happy, to allow like some few people, to join and engage with us. So yeah, as I said, guys, please like reflect on what has been happening, what we've done, what worked, what didn't work, you know, what more do you want to see? Hi, Tomike from Nigeria. Great to see you, man. Tomike, yeah, if you want to join us, I've shared the link. Um, yeah, please, feel free, to join us. Let me see if I can even message some people directly to get the link. Um, let's see who else is here online with us. Yeah, so guys, if you are joining us, just please greet us, so that we are aware of who is online. Sometimes I see a number of people, but I can't see exactly who is online. Yeah, so let me see if I can reach out to Ayaka. Yeah, so Ayaka, if if you keen, I'm messaging you the link. You can come and join. Cool, guys. Yeah, let's see who else joins. As I said, right, if you're joining us later, that's fine. You can always, like let us know. Yeah, sorry, man. Okay, I'm just distracted now, but that's fine. So, guys, I think let's start. It's already 12 minutes past 7, and yeah. So there are a few things that I wanted to share. Since people have been asking, some questions about what we can expect next year, etc. There are those who are curious, to understand what the plan is, and where to from here. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like there are a few things, and let me just start off by so these are some of the things that I want to discuss. The home of experience design, and knowledge sharing sessions, live design battles. Inviting big companies to share their culture and design opportunities with us. We've also started doing that. I mean, we've had some few live design battles. People have really, really enjoyed them, and if you go to our page, you will see quite a lot of them, that are planned for the year. And also we've got, you know, um, companies that we've invited so far. We invited NetBank. We've invited, Rand Merchant Bank, next year in Jan. We're also gonna have, and Healand, which is another big like global companies. These are like huge, huge, huge brands, that we are working with. And also I'm gonna, I'm gonna be inviting a lot more big brands like next year. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a job, please, engage with us. If you also want to understand, the various companies, how they operate, etc. Right? Yeah, so this is going to be a great opportunity. The main aim is to date designers. I'll talk a bit more about that. Various business models, I want us to talk about that. How can we sustain this thing going forward? And I also want to I want us to elect some experienced design leaders in each African country. And also I want us to talk about, like, how can you fund and support design communities in the African countries. So yeah. Hey, I see Sharon, Chepko has joined us. Hi, greetings. She's from Kenya. Yeah. So again, if you keen, yeah, please come and join. I'm happy to to give some people the space to join the live stream, especially when we have, like, informal events like this. So yeah, let me start off by sharing this and talk about, because I'm going to talk about the home of experience design. And I think, yeah, the most logical thing is, actually, I want to fire up this video. Let's see if I can share it with the stream. Yeah, let me see. Okay, I hope. Oh, Ambangalaman hindi kunikyona Yanam kawalam Ambangalaman hindi kunikyona Kawalam sanalam Kunsunga funo kufana na ba Oh yeah So yeah, guys. Yeah, I see Ayak Mkulu has joined us. Hi, Ayak, how's it, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's great, to have you. And yeah, I see that Kath Fenemo also wants to join. Yeah, so I've sent you the link, Kath. You can join us. So yeah, I mean, what I've done is that I've shared, some of the work that we're planning, with experience design. And yeah, so again, like, the main aim is to give value, to the community. And one of the ways, for us to do that is to, find creative ways, to give value, to the community. And yeah, so as I said, so the main aim, right? So a lot of people, they've actually done this with, they've been volunteering, to share their knowledge, and they didn't expect anything in return. So this was like a surprise gift. So yeah, there's currently, a house that we're building in South Africa. It's a beach house, and planning to finish the first phase, sometime early in probably like around like September. That's when it will be ready. And obviously, there were other things that still need to be done. But yeah, the main aim really is to, in exchange for the knowledge that you give, and also even the technical skills that you can give to the community, right? And there'll be like a lot of projects, developing some like simple apps to solve like simple solutions, which I will share later in the year. And so that people who are like software engineers, they can also contribute, right? And yeah, so basically, if you don't have money, it's fine. You can go there, spend a week, maybe depending on the value that you bring, you can even spend 2 weeks or even a month, depending on how valuable your input is. So the main aim, right? So as I said, that's one thing, and I will talk more about the other opportunities But again, if you have a laptop that you want to donate, we want to take that laptop, and it's not just for South Africa. We want to be able to support the African villages. Maybe there's a child in Kenya that we can support with a laptop, and so that the vision is not meant to just give an opportunity for South Africa to thrive, but for all of us to thrive, and for us to find creative ways to support it. Yeah. Yeah, so please, Ayaka, jump in anytime if you've got a question, a comment. If you want to say something, this is like an informal, conversation. Although I'll be sharing some slides here and then, but I want to invite people. You can share your comments via LinkedIn, or you can, share it via YouTube or whichever, or Twitter, whichever platform you're using to stream the event.
Okay. Okay. I think that a question that I'd actually like to ask is, how do you guys actually help out in terms of communities and everything, like helping out with bringing awareness in terms of design and the software development section or sector, or however you want to put it.
Just give me a moment here. So
Okay.
I'm just asking Kev, hi Kev, could you please turn on your camera? I know I'm not I'm not even in a you know good lit environment right now, but I think it's just worth showing the face even if people can't see me properly. Yeah. So the question is like, how are we promoting the channel, or
Yeah, awareness in terms of how bringing awareness to design and importance of design and um, the software development section sector, as you put it. Like for instance, you said that this you guys are building this entire foundation now where people in these fields can actually donate equipment and
yeah,
knowledge of what they actually do and so on. So how
yeah.
does Eli's experience design also go about actually assisting communities in terms of that whole process of actually bringing awareness? Do you guys have like campaigns that you hold, maybe
Um,
like booths and so on?
yeah, yeah. So the short answer is no. No, because we haven't done that, and I want people like you. I'm gonna, um,
Yeah,
I want to ask people like you, right,
yeah,
guys?
yeah,
This is really about asking yourself what is being done, what is the gap that you can identify, and what is it that you can contribute as an individual, right? And
true.
yeah, I haven't. So I mean, I've started this thing, but it's been a couple of months, maybe 3 4 months, but people, got an interest to jump in, and so basically, I would love to to have even people like you, or any person who's in the marketing space to actually assist us, right? And say, hey, maybe this is how we can market this thing, right? And so for now, it's been really about spread, well, people in the design space spreading the word, and then everyone else, like asking their colleagues to join. And sometimes I'll also like try to connect with the designers, right, online.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that's been like the organic route that I've taken. And
Mhm.
obviously, as people hear about this, everyone else will
Start.
ask the broader community to join.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. I'm not aiming to grow this thing too fast. The main important thing for me right now is to bring value, and refine that process. And I mean, I can't control the number of people that are interested, but whoever that wants to join, they can join. And at some point, yes, definitely I would want to market this thing so that a lot of people know about it. And I mean, I had a chat with Dan Moore. He was presenting the topic about design systems. And yeah, he's like, hey, if I need more, like speakers from Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, etc., he can, he's got like strong connections, and I want to bring such people. But obviously it will make sense if we can grow the community so that a lot of people benefit instead of like a
Yeah.
few people benefiting, right?
Cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, so again, right, I want us to co-create the vision, That means we need to find ways to participate and bring in your skill. And this is more than just design, right? As I said, the concept is, because I want to give value, and this is just like one of the ways. And as I said, I will share the details of the house. I mean, it's gonna have like, you know, biophilic design principles that are applied to it, and flowers, plants, living plants inside the house, freestanding bath. You can take a nice sip while you viewing the ocean, etc. And there'll be other stuff, right? But because I wanted to build something that is like meaningful. There's like farmhouse version, modern farmhouse version of it, combined with other like parts. But I don't want to reveal too much about it. And yeah, I mean, you it's placed like in a great area where you can eat a lot of like food like around. Also, like if you're into seafood, you can get oyster, fresh oyster, mussels, fish, etc. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really really in a certain place, because it's a place like along the wild coast, and yeah, a lot of like forest, because under the Department of Environment Affairs and Forestry. So yeah, it's like a well protected area. And if you love nature, if you want to hike, if you want to do horse riding, quad biking, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's such like activities like around. um, but yeah, let's see. Hi, Kath. How's it?
Good, thanks. Camera working.
Yeah. Sure, sure. No, no, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to show face. I know it's it's a bit dark, and I'm gonna be hit by load shedding at some point. But yeah, so that's basically it. And I mean, if you guys have more questions about the Home of Experience Design, I'm happy to share more, and I'll share a bit more later. Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to do is, so please, Kath, if you've got questions, please shoot at any time. And yeah, so right now, I mean, we've had a number of you know events, and a lot of people like volunteered. We've got events booked up until like May next year, which is a bit crazy. And at some point, because I can't go, you know beyond that, because it's going to be hard for people to commit in more than like 7 months in advance, etc. But yeah, I mean, I'll be taking some more like speakers, and the main aim from here, because I want to organize a big design conference. And I want to take a lot of the speakers that we have. And I would also want to um, basically recruit some like heavyweights from the US, UK, etc. And and actually pair them up with African speakers. So I mean, if you guys know Dan Moore, he's been like in the industry for like 23 years, and he's like one of the heavyweights in the industry. People who heavily like follow, I mean, who've been following design systems, from big companies, they know him. And I want to bring people of that caliber in the space. And also I want to empower people, African designers, to be able to talk and speak freely and share their knowledge. And I mean, I've been in the design space. I've got 10 years of intensive experience. And yeah, as much as I can talk about a lot about design, I want to give an opportunity to a lot of people to share their knowledge. And yeah, and again, right, we've started off asking people, and there've been like a number of interests, from various countries: Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, yeah, and so forth. And I want the African Design Conference that we're gonna host. Probably you can do it over 3 days. Maybe do an intro on Friday, where I'll speak about the principles and the foundation of what of what the African Design Community is about. And because this is more about, pushing our story, pushing our values, and promoting and elevating our African solutions and products that we have, so that people can start admiring and be inspired, to work for companies that are kicking ass in the industry. And I've seen a lot of people who admire, which is fine, to admire companies that are overseas, and to wish to work for them. But I want to change and challenge the narrative a bit, and I think there's a lot that we can offer, and there's a lot of capability that exists, like within our continent. But yeah, let me pause a bit. I'm seeing a comment here from Ayaka. I'm not gonna read it. Can you please just jump in and share what you've written?
Oh, that was a matter of like trying to figure out how we can actually like collaborate and everything, like you said now. Because
Yeah,
initially, like for the organization that I work for currently, which is
yeah,
kind of an NPO, we specialized in trying to give youth the experience in software development. And nowadays, like recently, we started dabbling in design, which is where I also come in. And
yeah, yeah,
we are basically just uplifting kids and everything. And this alone is another way, like another platform, because a lot of things, like for instance, as you can see on the slide about the AI machine learning,
yeah,
that that session alone gave me a lot of insight in terms of catering for AI and machine learning in design alone. So
yeah,
these
yeah,
are the kind of platforms that people actually need, especially in the
yeah,
young developments. So it would be actually a great idea to see how we can actually get those to mesh and then hopefully create something even bigger than what we both sides actually have initially at the moment.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, thanks for that. I mean, this conversation is not, it's not gonna end when the stream ends.
True.
Feel free to reach out, feel free to drop a comment, and I want us to continue the conversation, and to reflect in terms of how we can collaborate. Like, I want to, so for me, you know it's important, to find people that are in the space that we can collaborate with. And
True.
I I don't want to work in, for us to work in isolation. I want to work with other, like, design communities. There are design communities that exist in each and every country, almost. And I want to be able to give value. I'll talk more about that. And yeah, and I'm not I see more opportunities, and I'm not seeing competition. And I know some people, they might feel like, yo, okay, there might be like a shift in focus, in other communities. That shouldn't be the case. And also, I mean, I'm coming in here, I want to bring in some heavyweights. There's some like big, like, global design companies that I'm engaging with, that are reaching out. And yeah, I mean, if you guys have seen, like, we've had the likes of Netbank. As I said, we've got, Rand Merchant Bank, which I'll talk a bit about that. And then we've got a few others, and a lot more in the pipeline. But I can only like mention them once, everything has been kind of like, once we've had some, like a formal agreement, right? But yeah, so the other thing that I wanna talk about is, with the design, battles, the live design battles, and people are excited about that, and I've presented some, challenges live, without people knowing, without having a clue. And so far, that has received, I think we've received, like, a great response and interest, and we intend to keep that. And I'm planning to get some sponsors. And for now, I'm funding this, and I've set up like some few more, live design battles. And I'm aiming to do maybe like four, a month, every Friday. But I've set up, one for Jan, and then another one in Feb. And we've had, two. And then we've also had other, like, design, competitions, which I've done like much earlier. And I gave a lot, probably about 5,000 rands. That's also before. And I mean, look, I can't spend too much money on this. But I wanted to test the concept and see, if people are interested, and there seem to be an interest. and the main aim here is to really get this thing going. And there are few opportunities. One is, as a designer, you can get to be known about how good you are about solving a problem, because this is not just about sharing screens on LinkedIn and say, hey guys, give me a comment, what do you think about my design. you know Being able to solve a problem in real time, it means that whatever you say or whatever you do, whatever you show, is you, because it's a much more believable story, because people won't question the integrity of the work that you've done, because it's easy to copy and paste and share stuff, right, online, and people won't know how much of that was your own input, right. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm planning to to bring in some heavyweights, to actually assist in this. And like, yeah, I'm quite keen to hear what you guys think about this concept. Kath?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't participated in any of them yet, but it's
Yeah,
such a great way to foster people like me who don't really know where we would fit in the UX world. I mean, I'm an
yeah,
intern at the moment, and
yeah,
I think these sort of things kind of help to give you a bit of an idea of where you kind of sit in terms of your design skill.
yeah.
And I also like the idea of it being collaborative. So I don't know if you maybe have teams of people doing it, or if that's an option at some stage. So different countries entering teams rather than it just being an individual thing.
Yeah. So I've had actually people entering in pairs as well. So yeah, in the previous one, yeah, I've had that. And then obviously some people, they couldn't find a partner. I said, okay, it's fine. You can jump in as as a solo designer. But yeah, I mean, there will be a variation of this, live design battles. There will be teams, and I'm also gonna be asking people to pair themselves up, maybe a UX designer, UI designer, content writer, and
Yeah, that would be awesome.
yeah. So definitely, so watch the space, and yeah, there'll be a variation. And so, I mean, I want to create I mean, to sort of to simulate a usability testing, session that happens maybe like over, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and ask people, what did they observe. Based on that, they can solve for
Mm.
what they think is the most impactful solution to solve for, etc., right. And I mean, again, it's really about, like, what are the opportunities, right. Yes, we can change the style in which we present the solution. The other one was like, we asked, hey, if Elon Musk said, you're about to get fired, and what would you do on Twitter. And people like came up with, like, awesome ideas. And yeah, they started like ideating. I saw solutions from accessibility perspective. I saw marketplace, for people to sell and buy stuff, and so forth, right. And it's really about getting an opportunity to showcase what we're about. And I think, so as much as there's a knowledge sharing session, I want to move into the building part, because we're about connecting, inspiring, and building. And so I don't want us to just talk. Like, from my side, I am building, a nice accommodation there, which I'm happy to share. And I mean, it's costing me a lot of money. But I thought it would be a great idea to get people excited. And um, the reason why I also want to say, hey, if you have a laptop or a smartphone, you can come and stay there for free, because I want the kids who use those devices to be able to build stuff. There'll be like use cases. Simple example, in the village, um, you would wait by the side of the road to get a transport to town. You won't know when the bus is coming. You won't know when the bike is coming, to pick you up. And once you've bought some stuff and you're on your way back, you need people to assist you, like kids who are waiting for their moms and grandmoms by the stop sign, so that they can help them to carry the grocery, from the stop sign to home, right. Just being able to connect and say, hey, you can see on the GPS, a simple app, you can see the driver, how far they are. If they're closer, you go to the stop, and it's like a watered down version of Uber, right? But just something as simple as that. It doesn't have to have like the payment and other stuff, right? So I mean, there are many ways, being able, like I grew up in a village, herding cattle, being able to know where the cattle is, or or where the sheep are, etc. And instead of like asking another shepherd, I can actually see, okay, there's another shepherd somewhere. I can message that guy and say, hey, have you seen this kind of a sheep? Or maybe I can even see and track, right? Those are like some of the use cases that are relevant, because I want us to embrace the way we live, right? The reason why we talk about sustainability, designing for good, is because of these problems. We've tried to, migrate people from the villages to townships, from township to urban areas, etc. Right? And technology should be able to serve us. It should be able to meet us where we are, right? And actually promote like healthy, sustainable way of living. And I mean, now I'm I'm planning to, like, I'd love to buy like a big drone at some point, and that means I don't have to, like, wait for a proper, like, infrastructure. I can just move from one village to another. And those, leapfrogging would be a reality. And also, with Starlink coming in, would be like fully connected, right, without relying on the physical, infrastructure, right, that happens, like, directly on Earth, right? But anyways, so yeah, let me pause a bit. I don't know if you want to jump in, Ayaka, before I read the comment from Sharon.
No, like it's the same. I have the same opinion as Kat. So
Okay, yeah.
experience, yeah.
So yeah, she's saying she's taken part in the design battles. It was really great, especially for people starting, as you get to think critical about the problem and solution and get creative, and also collaboration with the teammate and coming up with a solution. And yeah, I think there's a lot said there, and I think her response got cut off. But yeah, I think, yeah, if you're interested, you can see the rest of the details via LinkedIn. And yeah, I think yeah, furthermore, it was fun, and one get to learn how other people approach a problem. Sure, thanks, Sharon. Yeah, I see that Louis Haley has joined us. Hi, Louis. Great to see you. Yeah. So let me go back, right? As I said, guys, right, I want you to, share your comments, and also it's very, very hard to find, like, an ideal time that works for everyone. Um, so yeah, again, we've had, NetBank to talk about their design, culture, design culture, and design opportunities, right? We had a great session to understand. So why is this, important, right? I want people to get to know the big corporate companies that are out there that have design opportunities. I want people to understand their culture without having to apply first. I want people to be exposed, to African companies, just like how they are exposed. That's how just that's like how they're exposed to Uber, Google, etc., Twitter. Because without working for them, people get to know the lifestyle at Google, and because the stuff is out there. If you go to, like, life at Google, you can find a lot. So I want us to create that culture of openness, and I want these companies to be able to date designers, to come in our spaces, talk to us and engage with us, and designers to ask their questions, and also just to understand how are these companies taking care of their designers, right? And what are the lessons learned even for other organizations. And a lot more will be coming, reflecting like, these guys are doing well, in terms of their culture. And we should also, like, do something better for our designers, right? And just to understand, how is it like to work for a particular company. And yeah, so that's like really the main aim. As I said, I'm bringing also Rand Merchant Bank. We've got the head of UX, Tato Halamono. And yeah, we'll be talking about Rand Merchant Bank. It's one of the big companies in South Africa. And yeah, the main aim, again, right, yes, the content will be slightly, different, but fundamentally we're talking about the culture and the opportunities, how they do things, etc., right? And these are some of the guys that I want to bring in, when we plan these like big, design conferences. And yeah, so there's that. And then also another one, which is in Highland. And yeah, again, I'm bringing the head of Xprnc Design from that space, Karabo Ngwatle. And yeah, a lot of people might know him already, and he's done quite a lot in the industry. And yeah, but you get to hear yeah, him a lot more. And then I said there are other companies that I'm bringing in. All these companies, they're global, and they're not small. And I'm happy to also bring like small companies. So I'm not just looking for like heavyweights that have got like an African footprint. Um, yeah, and I'm not just like looking for like only like listed companies. I want small companies that have an interest in Africa, or have an interest in the growth in our space, because there are people who are looking for opportunities. And at some point, I want us to talk. I want to bring startups that will potentially have opportunities to offer, to designers who are young, who are eager to get the experience, so that at least they can build their experience. I know a lot of them, even like Sharon, Chap Okech, she's like, in her final year. And yeah, I mean, I was actually quite amazed. I thought she was like an intern, but yeah, I mean, it's like really, great to be able to connect, with such like energy. But yeah, let me pause. I'm quite keen to hear your thoughts, Kath and Ayaka.
Ayaka, you're welcome to go first.
I'm actually loving the vision. I like where the direction that he has set at the moment. Uh, there's literally a lot of room for improvement for everyone, and yeah, I guess I'm really looking forward to what's in store. Yeah, thank.
Sure, please,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, if you yeah, sorry, Kath, if you are listening to us, drop your comments. Let us know. I'm keen to hear what you guys are thinking. I want to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a comment here. Lindo Kuhle Mahlangu, interesting news about the house. I love it. That's great. Yeah, I'll be sharing a lot more, and I'm trying to hide some of the exciting details. Yeah, but slowly, I guess I'm bad at like keeping secrets, but I'll be like really revealing quite a lot. And I'll be also, since I'll still be going there, I will be doing I will do like a live stream, to give people some a taste of what is happening in the progress. But yeah, anyways, Kath, let me come back
Um,
to you.
yeah, in terms of the vision and those few themes that you're going to be covering in the coming year, I think that's really useful to a lot of people to be able to have that insight before even kind of talking to people at the company and scoping out possible job opportunities and things. That kind of information is priceless, especially when it's coming from people who are already working at the company and in such esteemed positions as well. Um, I think, yeah, as you say, it would be interesting and helpful to perhaps have startups, because I think, just from my experience, a lot of people that are coming in at a junior level or at an intern level are probably going to be going into my guess is most people would be going into startups as opposed to corporations, just because of the fact that the opportunities are so much more available in startups.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so from that point of view, I think it would be pretty helpful to have a few people who head up their startups perhaps coming to have a chat,
Okay.
because the whole structure of how you work is obviously completely different in a big team in a corporate environment compared to if you're working at a startup and there's maybe like one or two designers. So that kind of thing might help a bit, just to get a bit a broader idea of what the different work environments are like.
Yeah, sure. No, definitely, yeah. So yeah, please, guys, I'm happy for anyone to say, hey, here's a startup, and let's bring it, to the platform. And it's not just about me bringing companies, or people. Again, this is like a collaborative effort. Yes, I will lead it and share the vision and co-create it, etc. Right? But we need to be able to respond in a way that serves the community. Yeah. So again, I said, when I brought NetBank, right? I wanted people to understand what they're about. And I also want people to have the confidence to reach out even to Roxanne and say, hey, this is where I'm at, and, please let me know if there are any opportunities. Because sometimes people can create opportunities, depending on how strong they think you are, and also the value that, you can bring, right? And yeah, so it's not just about, relying to receive like job
Just
posts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think also just on that, having those people in such high positions coming to chat on this channel just makes it, I don't know, it as an outsider coming into the profession, people in those positions, you generally are not people you're going to approach just because of where they are in the company. And having
Yeah.
that kind of breaks the ice a lot and makes it so much easier for them to be approached and to have a chat with them, as you say.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I want to bring these guys, and because I know a lot of people won't have, they won't have the
The
courage to
guts
say,
to
hey,
just kind of
hey, let me just talk to the head of UX, whatever, right? So like I'm happy to to bring those guys. And I think, yes, it's easier for me, but I also want us like to have the opportunity through this platform, right? That's why when I bring them in, it's not about me, it's about the community. When I bring the people to talk, I have a lot of questions, and I have a lot to share in terms of design, but it's not about me. I want people to find the platform to have their questions like addressed. And I want people to have the opportunity to meet them, to talk to them. That's why Roxanne, she's she has comfortably shared her email with me. So, and I said, cool, it's fine, let me just share it with people. And also, if you want me to motivate, because I also want to be able to say these are the strong designers that I've met, that I've come across in the community, and I want to be able to vouch for them. So that's like also like the big value, right? Obviously, if you don't participate, I won't know, because there are a lot of people that are asking me, hey man, do we have opportunities? I can't, because I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. And these are the opportunities. The kind of questions that people are asking, they also give a clue about how much you know, and how much interest you have, right? Being able to participate in these like live design battles, it's not just about the money. It's really, it's about exposing yourself. Like for instance, Sharon Chepko Edge, I don't know her, but I've met her through this platform, and I'm like, damn, okay. Like now, I'm seeing that she is looking for an opportunity, for an intern role. I'm going to reach out to people and say, hey, if there's a company in Kenya, and there's some opportunities that are in the pipeline, and I'll probably, like, I'm gonna spend a bit of time, probably like in the next week or so, and see who I can find to assist. Okay.
I think also going forward,
Yeah.
maybe for the second half of next year, it might be quite nice to get some people from other professions or other positions coming to have a chat, because I found in my internship in the past week, kind of understanding what a developer does and a project manager does,
Yeah.
and the difference between a researcher and a designer, all those different elements play such a big role as well. And where we can focus so much on the design aspect, it's sometimes easy to get blinkers on and kind of forget that there are all these other people that you interact with on a daily basis during the whole process.
Sure, no, definitely, definitely. Yeah. So I've actually brought a machine learning and artificial intelligence expert in India um, about maybe 3 weeks ago. Can't remember. Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
missed
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I am aiming to bring like more people, and to have like diverse speakers. Yeah. So I think because I mean even now I was speaking to the head of talent and acquisition from some other big company, and she's like, hey, can I come? And so I was like, okay, cool, let's find a way, right? And because it's great for us to have different perspective, um so yeah, definitely, I've made a note about that. So I'm seeing here a comment from Betha Kuele. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How would someone like myself from an internal audit or risk management background contribute and gain in this sector? Betha Kuela, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, say your name correctly. So please reach out to me. I'm happy to set up a session to talk about audits and risk management, because there is value in us as designers, to understand risk. And actually, I did reach out to him. I mean, sorry, to someone in the space who works in the risk management space. But since you've volunteered, I'm happy for you to come and share knowledge, right? So yeah, please, drop me a message and we'll talk, and then we'll find a way. And as I said, we've got sessions planned until May, on Thursdays. Yeah, so early next year, around second week of Jan, every single Thursday we have something planned. That's how crazy yeah, things are gonna be next year. But we can we can look on it. I don't know, maybe on a Wednesday or a Friday, and see if we can make a plan. Cool. Thanks for that, Betha. Yeah. So I want to talk about some business models. Okay. So again, as I said, right, I want people to be able to share their knowledge in exchange for the experience design accommodation. So again, I'd love for us to get land in Kenya, build another awesome place there. Doesn't have to be expensive. It can be done very very cheap, and we can make it um, much more like affordable in terms of the construction, etc. I want people to be able to travel throughout Africa without worrying much about accommodation. Maybe when you raise enough funds, we can even maybe contribute to the cost. I mean, to the traveling costs. That's something that we can think about. And yeah, so also, again, as I said, you can donate in your laptop, your smartphone, your camera in exchange for accommodation. And again, these so this is not just about design. This will accommodate like the creatives. This will accommodate software engineers, etc. As I said, we're starting off with knowledge, and we're gonna also extend the energy into building stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's a developer that actually offered to build a website for us, from Ghana. Yeah, so he reached out to me last week. Yeah, so yeah, I want to showcase some of the work that he wants to do, and I also wanted to see what matters to people, right? So yeah, for those who can pay for staying at the home of Xprnc Design in South Africa, and hopefully later we can have accommodation in other African countries. That money is money that we can use to fund other activities. And for those who are willing to donate at some point, and because I have to think about the structures. I mean, there's even like a BE structure in South Africa, and because I can make this thing to be like fully like black owned, etc. But the mission is not only for black people, it's for people that are interested in the community. But again, we have to find creative ways to work with the available opportunities. so that we don't miss them, right? And yeah, so again, even being able to bring in like international speakers, maybe some speakers I might even need to cover the to cover some expenses, etc. And also even for us to probably have like a physical event that we can supplement with an online, in different countries. And the other point is to build digital solutions that will help us to monetize, so that we can find our operations. So one of the few examples, the one use case is to build a platform to recruit participants for UTs and to use the profits. We still today struggle, like we have to like spend about 2 weeks recruiting and securing participants, which is crazy. And with a platform like this, we can easily recruit participants, to test with. So I'm not talking about an online automated test, where people go online and then they just follow a script they where they follow a script to just respond, to scenario that is presented to them. I'm talking about like a rich, like UT experience where you can conduct a one-on-one, with a participant and get like rich experience. So if you want to do like that type of usability testing, yeah, it's still taking a lot of time, it's still expensive, but this is an opportunity for us, right? That means we can open up this platform, and we can easily recruit participants, diverse participant across Africa. And yeah, I'll talk about other things, because I want us to recruit like um, leaders in each African country that will help us to make this possible. And the funds and the money that we can make, we can distribute it in the design communities in the design communities that we have in Africa. So that's where this I want this thing to go. So it's more than just talking. you know we gonna find ways to make money. And again, the money, once phase one is finished, I should be able to start making money, from people that are happy to pay for the accommodation. And I want to have like options for people to have spa treatment, etc., to have like infinity swimming edge pool, etc., to have that type of experience, and where people can feel like, yo, I want to pay top dollar for this, right? And yeah, so those are like some of the opportunities that I'm looking at. Obviously, I'm spending a lot of money on my own, but at the same time, at some point I want to stop spending my own money, so that the community can have activities that fund the operations, so that we can do a lot more, and once we take that route, right? Just like now, there's a guy, I mean, the guys are building an African inspired 3D game. I want to talk to them, and I want to help them to market their solution. And it's an opportunity to even expand their offering and say, hey, actually, maybe there's an opportunity for you to design like kids kids based games that we can monetize, right? And those are like opportunities that we have. And once we have like this power of this connection, we can do a lot more, right? So anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to take some questions, and I'm happy to hear your comments. And yeah, let me pause a bit. So yeah, Ayaka, Kath, I'm gonna ask you guys to share your thoughts. And yeah, for those who are streaming, please let us know what you think about what we're sharing, and let us know, maybe we have some ideas.
Okay. So like I said before, for me personally, I like the vision and where everything is going. Um, in terms of where you actually want this entire journey to actually be, where the end point is,
Yeah.
what the foreseeable constraints in this entire journey on trying trying to achieve at the moment. I feel like
Yeah,
that's kind of like one of the biggest aspects because, like you said, now it's a matter of trying to create a system where it will operate and generate its own income so
yeah,
that it keeps itself afloat and so on and so on. So,
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
struggles would you say that you're currently facing in achieving that, and actually what like are there any forms of assistance that you would require or anything? Because yeah,
yeah,
like you said, the platform alone itself is also expanding, so
yeah,
it would be ideal that you could also like offload some of those things because you're trying to build a community by uplifting the community itself. So you
yeah,
never know, people are there listening and whatnot.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. So I said, right. So I'm just sharing this. I want us to elect experienced design leaders in each African country, and that's one of the ways I want to offload. You know, the intense workload, right? Because I have a full time job, and I'm just doing.
ESCOM.
Gotta love it.
Oh God. That's
Okay, well, I'll add my 2 cents with in while Mtumi's getting his laptop set up again. I think it's an absolutely amazing initiative just for that kind of upliftment in communities where they don't have access to Wi-Fi, they don't have access to computers and cell phones so easily, and even when they do, they don't necessarily have the means to know what they're learning or how to go about learning it. So from that point of view, it's a really, really amazing idea. I just don't really see what the link is between the kind of top quality spa hotel kind of idea and having the kids use that as a place to learn. There's that little bit of a disconnect. It could be that I've just totally misunderstood it. Um, but I love the idea, and I think it's a really great initiative. And I guess this next step would be to get someone to write grants. So there's people who do grant writing, and you can approach various different funds for funding to get the thing off the ground.
yeah. Okay. That's actually a nice take. That's a wonderful take.
Okay, I'm gonna poke the bear. Ayaka, can you so this is for me and for people like Bertha and Sharon who are perhaps looking at getting into the industry. What was your journey into the industry like? How did you get there? I know it's a bit off topic, but just to fill the gap.
Um, on my end, I'm actually also kind of similar to Sharon. Uh, this is actually I've completed my first year as a UX UI designer. Started last year. Got into a company which is Younglings in Cape Town. Initially, what they used to focus on was software development, and that's where the primary focus was when I got into the company, that I was going to be a software dev. But being a curious bot, I found a loop there in terms of like the roadmap that they gave me, where they started talking about UI, UX. When I dabbled within that, then I actually took an interest in that, and then I started doing that on my own times at work. And then fortunately, like the founder of the company saw some of my work and told me that I should actually focus on that, and I started pursuing that more than the software dev section. And then they got me a few courses, and then after a while, yeah, bada bing, bada boom. That was me, basically. Uh,
Yeah, so it's kind of one of those situations where you just fell into it out of pure luck
yeah,
and a little bit of it. What they say is you don't get lucky without a whole lot of hard work first, though.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um, so how's your journey been though, in terms of how far you?
Um, so I am originally a physiotherapist. I've worked as a physio for the past 11 years. And had a bit of a career break. I was working in the NHS and just got burnout and decided I needed to do something where I could be a little bit more on my own sometimes. And was chatting to a friend, and she was talking about doing a similar thing. She was moving into UX design, and so I went and researched it, did a Google course, and I'm now an intern at a company called Hush Africa, which I came across through this. So it's been, yeah, interesting.
We
I've
both fumbled
only
into it.
just started.
Yeah. Hi guys, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, just give me a moment. Yeah, I've just been hit by load shedding. Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying, Kat.
No, I was just saying I've only just started the internship. It's on. I'm in week 2, so I'm still learning a heck of a lot. But it's been a really really great experience so far. Just working at a little startup called Hush Africa, and yeah, it's been a really really great experience.
Oh, I'm glad you're actually enjoying it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fascinating.
oh,
It's
sorry.
fascinating. No, it's all good. It's great when you get to see everything that you've learned getting put into practice. So I am a UX researcher intern, so I'm getting to see all of the UI and UX stuff from firsthand, just watching them develop and design and everything. It's yeah, it's really, really cool. And yeah, that's the kind of insight you don't get until you're part of a business. You can learn it on paper and practice doing it by yourself, but until you're actually in a team, you don't really know exactly what it's going to be like in the workplace.
That is so true. But difficulties right there.
Yeah. Cool guys. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I want us to wrap up, and I know it's like already 8 o'clock. I just wanted to answer the question that you asked, because I think I was answering you and I got cut off. Ayaka?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
that there was a question that you asked me. Unless, Kath, you have a comment or a question?
No, we just filled the time while you were away chatting about getting into UX design, just because we're both kind of early on in our careers, and I thought it would be beneficial for the people that are listening.
Oh, sure. No,
So
no,
we went
thanks, guys.
a bit off topic.
Sure. No, that's cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, guys, as I said, right, please, reach out and, share whatever ideas you have. And, yeah, so I just wanted to share where we're going. And as I said, I'm planning to offload the workload and share the love with the rest of the community. So yeah, I'll be asking people to take part, and I'll be sharing, the details of those people, that have volunteered, and anyone who's listening, please feel free to come and say, hey, I think I can add value by contributing X and Y. And yeah, I mean, whichever way, whether it's from a marketing perspective, to spread the word about what we do, or, bring in startups, or bring in, speakers, etc., or whatever contribution. Yeah. And yeah, we can always engage, later after our working hours during the week, or even our weekends, etc. And yeah, as I said, I'll be sharing a lot more as we progress in 2023. And yeah, also there will be like new things that come up, new ideas as well. And again, I think I said the main, well, the few big events, again, sharing the progress in terms of where we are, and also planning the African Design Conference. I want people to contribute to that. And yeah, I mean, so far we can run things cheaply online, and the other activities, as I said, where we would need to start building stuff, like solutions that will actually help to resolve some of the issues we have in our African continent, and in return we can find ways to financially support the operations of the community. And yeah, I think it's also an opportunity for us to network and to find value. So I mean, again, Kath, when you said that we need to bring a lot more startups, I'm happy for us to do that. And yeah, so that those who can find value and in them can do so. And I know some will probably have like lower requirements for people to get an opportunity to gain experience. So yeah, I mean, I'll also be challenging the corporate companies to find ways to support those who want to transition into the design space. And also, I think you guys have mentioned the need, to have, a variety of speakers, which we'll definitely do. And if you know any person, please, bring them, product owner, developer, business analyst, etc.
That's noted.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just wondering if there's anything that you guys wanna share from your side.
Like you as well, my platform is also open for anyone who needs a lot of resources that I've stacked up along the way as I was also learning. So anyone who needs any insight on certain things, if I can help out, more than happy to help out.
Cool. Yeah, similar here. I mean, I don't have a wealth of knowledge or expertise or anything. I'm only in week 2, but if anyone wants to reach out and ask questions about my journey into UX, I'm an open book.
Yeah,
Cool. I don't know. There we go.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, I was just switching internet connection. Yeah. So guys, I mean, again, yeah, thanks a lot, for coming. It's been great. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see you a lot. And yeah, again, please feel free to share ways in which you feel like you can contribute. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool, guys. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just switching on my camera too. Yeah, so I can just close off this stream. So yeah, cool, guys. Thanks a lot. And again, those who are listening, those who will be streaming, feel free to drop a comment, and yeah, we'll respond. And yeah, hope to see you and next year. Enjoy your festive season. Take care of yourself wherever you'll be. Spend some quality time with your family, siblings, friends, and whoever that matters to you. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Cheers. Cheers.